We want to thank the Parish Council for sponsoring coffee hour this morning, and also the brief presentation that we're going to hear this morning is sponsored by the Parish Council and is really the brainchild of our Parish Council President, Melissa Graff. As we grow as a parish, we find ourselves in need of a lot of different things that unfortunately fall to just a few people. And so one of the purposes of this presentation is to show you all of the different things that go on, whether you're aware of them or not, but also what can happen and all of the things that we could be doing as a parish in order to serve our God especially, but also to let people know in the Pittsburgh area what a wonderful parish this is. So I thank Melissa for all of her organizational skills and vision in putting this together. And then we will listen to this presentation. And thank you, Melissa, for putting all this together.
He's a tough act to follow. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you and welcome, everyone. I try to use my diaphragm to speak loudly, but they gave me a microphone, so I'll try to use it. So welcome to the Ministry Fair, and I just want to take a quick moment to just give you some background about why we are here. There we go. Thank you. All right. In the winter and spring of 2022, interviews were conducted with church leaders, parish council, and select members of the parish to learn about tasks and processes being completed at church. The goal was to identify areas where help was needed to maintain and grow the community. Eventually, 11 areas of need or ministries were identified, and they are... We have liturgical, facilities, outreach, education, altar beautification, legal, reference and archiving, communications and marketing, hospitality, Inreach, and financial. So I'm going to take a little bit of time just to briefly explain what are in these different ministries, and also we'll follow up with a hopefully fun group activity so that you can find out more about these and find out a way how you can use your time and talents to help grow our church. So first up is liturgical, and this is probably the group that most people are most aware with because these are the people who help lead us in worship every week. The point person for this group, out of the kindness of my heart, I let Father Tom be in charge. But we also have in this group, we have our deacons, our choir, our readers, the bell ringers, and also our altar servers. In our second group, we have facilities, or some of you might have known in the past, it used to be called maintenance. We decided to expand on the name because there's actually more than maintenance going on. John Kowalczyk is our point person for this. And as we know, we are very, very blessed with a very, very, very old building. So when you have a very, very, very old building, it needs a lot of love to be taken care of. So we're taking care of the inside of the property and also the outside. So to do so, we do that through maintenance and fixing things. We do it custodial. Thank you to Paul Fuller, who does an excellent job. We also have groundskeeping. And also for those who want to look towards the future of St. Nicholas and how we might utilize the building better or grow, we also have the idea of capital projects and also real estate. John Kowalczyk is also the point person for the financial group. So he could use some extra help because he has a lot on his plate. Financial is extremely important to our parish because we need to make sure, are the bills being paid? Are the donations being properly documented? Are we being good stewards with the money that has been entrusted to us? So should we budget properly? And we also have a new section which we are looking to grow, and that is in the stewardship line, and that's a fancy word for fundraising. And it's not just the fundraising, which, you know, the donations which you provide, but also looking for outside resources through grants, maybe endowments, bequests, etc. John Scourin is actually the point person for that subgroup today. Moving on, we have our Inreach. So if you are an extrovert or a social butterfly, I think you're going to like this group. Once again, this was formerly known as membership, but we decided to expand it to call it Inreach, because it's the whole idea of this is the group that takes care of the people who are in this room today. From the moment you walk in the door and you see the smiling face of Jan Wydell handing you your bulletin, to the times whenever maybe you're sick, or there's been a death in the family and we want to bring a meal to you or send you a card, things like that. We want to make sure we are taking care of every one of you in this room. To do so, we have our greeters program. We have various social groups, and we are also looking to grow these social groups. We have the service groups, we have prayer groups, the sisterhood directory and handbook, and gifts and awards, so we are properly recognizing those who work hard at St. Nicholas. The point person for this is Deacon Luke, and he is also the point person for the next group, Outreach. And Outreach is important because if Inreach takes care of the people in this room, Outreach is taking care of the people who are outside of this building, the Pittsburgh community and beyond. And as we can tell, everybody knows the area that we're in, it needs a lot of love. And so we are working very hard to be able to provide for these people. And so far we have started certain ministries, including the community picnic, the food pantry, partnering with outside organizations to do different tasks, and also our pro-life ministries. Hospitality. I like to eat. If it doesn't look like it, I really do. And I really like to come and eat here because several of you are really good cooks and you are very good bakers. So this is where hospitality really shines. We are taking care of one another and our visitors, being brothers and sisters in Christ together. So we have a lot of opportunities in this group. For instance, we put on many different special events. We have the Slavic Food Festival coming up. And that includes not only like the cooking and the baking, but it's also the decorating. I know I look forward to whenever we have the different meals, like the Blinny dinner. I always look forward to seeing Marcia's centerpieces. So it's the decorating, the planning, the baking, the cooking. That takes place in our special events and our dinners. We also have the coffee hour. In the last year or so, sometimes we're getting into a little rut, so we're looking for people who want to sort of like brush it off and maybe provide a way for us to revitalize the program. We also have our prosphora because that's part of the Lord's hospitality. And also you need supplies because I don't think you want to eat off the tables. The point person for this group is Doug Dean. Now we have education, and Father Tom is the point person for this one. And this is once again making sure we are spiritually enriching the people in our parish and also for our outside community. We're very fortunate because we have many members of our parish who have offered their time and their talents to teach our children through church school and vacation church school. And we also have many programs for our adults as well, including adult education, Bible study, adult catechism. And we are hoping, in the past we have done the symposium, and we are hoping to also revitalize that program. And that would open us up to, once again, the outside community. That is Father Tom. Okay, communications and marketing. This is one of our newer groups that we are looking to expand upon more because in this 21st century, information is king. We always, we have a phone at our fingertips, looking up information, trying to figure things out. So we want to make sure that we are providing the proper information to our parishioners and to also potential visitors, inquirers. So we are trying to do that through multiple channels, and we're trying to do that through photography, which we can share on our website or on social media. We also have videography, which is two things. We have our live streams, which you can take care of. If you're sick, you can still be with St. Nicholas on a Sunday. And we also have special projects we'd like to do that we could also put up on social media later with that. We have print media through brochures, newsletters, and the like. We have the updating of the website. And we have our social media, including Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And we would like to do a lot of fun projects with that. So if you're a bit of a creative, you have a good artistic eye, we'd love to have you join us in this ministry. And I am actually the point person for this one today. Then we have altar beautification, which is a really fancy word for beautifying the church. If you are crafty or creative, this is a fantastic group for you to look into. Our point person is Deb Burgess. And this is just making sure that in different areas of our church, for instance, church adornments, that's a really, really fancy word for interior decorating. It's really exciting to come into the church during the major holy days for Pascha, for the Nativity, and to see the church all aglow in flowers and in lights. And we need somebody to do that, who has a good eye for those kind of things. So if that could be you, please ask Deb more about that. We also have Holy Day special items. Sometimes there's things that we have during certain liturgies to complement the service. Like on New Year's Day, someone brings the St. Basil's Day bread for us to cut and enjoy. On Holy Saturday, we have the wine, the bread, and the figs. So we need people who are willing to step up and provide these items. We also have, if you are really good with the needle and thread, and please be really good with the needle and thread, because I am not at all. My kids can attest to this. If you have these skills, we could really use you with the fixing of vestments and for table covers. Sometimes a button pops up, sometimes a hem comes out. We could really use your skills in helping to fix these two things. Reference and archiving. This is our informational ministry, and it's really an important thing because we want to make sure that we are providing the right information to you, and also we are taking care of our institutional memories so that we can pass it on to future generations. So we are so lucky because we have a library full of many different books. So if you need to reference something or if you would like to spiritually grow, you have that at your disposal. And we also have historical records, marriages, birth certificates, things like that. And we also have different things that people have gathered throughout the years, whether it be photographs or just special things that their parents had. We want to make sure that we are good stewards of that history. So if you would like to sort of become your own sort of museum curator, this would be a good group for you. And Christy Mertz is the point person for this. Finally, I'm looking over at Deacon John, and my legal counsel is telling me that I am getting a little long. So I'm going to try to wrap this up. Legal, sometimes we have papers that we need people to just put a second eye on. Make sure that everything looks okay before we sign on the dotted line. Deacon John is our point person for this, so if you have a legal background, we can always use your expertise in this field. So those are all 11 of our ministries. We do plan to collect the data, and then after collecting all the data, we will be in contact with you either at the end of October or the beginning of November in order to talk about next steps. So if you would like to get in contact with a parish council member about anything going on, we do have the contact information, which I will have up after the presentation is over. And I wanted to leave everybody with a final thought about the things that we are trying to accomplish here today. As we have many members in one body, but all the members do not have the same function, so we being many are one body in Christ, and individually members of one another. Having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, let us use them. If prophecy, let us prophesy in proportion to our faith. Or ministry, let us use it to our ministering. He who teaches in teaching, he who exhorts in exhortation, he who gives with liberality, he who leads with diligence, and he who shows mercy with cheerfulness. So if you have any questions today, parish council members will still be on hand after today, but I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for helping us out with this, and I look forward to working with you all as we work together to serve and grow the church, the Pittsburgh community, and each other. So thank you.